What's going on, growth chasers? It's Dividend Bloodhound here, back with another investing episode. Today's episode we're talking about Tattooed Chef's Q3 report and financial results and just how well they have done. It is great news for Tattooed Chef investors. This video will be excellent for you if you don't want to or can't be bothered or whatever to dive into the 32-page investing document, or you missed the dial-in as well. I've got some key best bit highlights for you to look at in this video, and I'm going to go through some of them for the future. If that sounds something you're interested in, then do please stick around after the intro and consider liking and subscribing to my channel as well for more investing information and especially Tattooed Chef updates. See you on the flip side of the intro. Hey guys, welcome into the video. So I'm going to dive right on into this and start off with a big headline from the financial report, and that is that Q3 earnings from this time last year are up 65% from the previous. That is absolutely huge, and it doesn't even take into account the online sales launch that Tattooed Chef launched late October. We're going to have to wait until Q4 to feel some of the results of this, but the first full quarter of online sales won't be felt until Q1 in 2021. So far, 87% year-on-year growth has been recorded, and that is projected to continue, if not get better, over the coming quarters and financial years. Compound annual growth rate, just in terms of net sales, is at 67%. That is what it is averaged out to as well, which is huge. Not just double-digit growth, it is getting right towards triple-digit growth, which is absolutely phenomenal for a company that is really just getting started. And then the CAGR in the EBITDA, this is the kicker right here. The adjusted margin is a whopping 368%. That is absolutely enormous and really just shows the potential of this company going forward to 2021 and beyond. The adjusted EBITDA for Q4 profits is $2.5 million, which is absolutely great and a really good for the quarter to have that in net profit already. And then following that, they have $94 million cash in hand, ready to invest or respond to any issues with for the future, which is an awful lot of money to have based on the amount of money that they are achieving through revenue and making in profit. There is a new partnership being announced with Kahi Distribution that is adding 30,000, yes you heard that right, 30,000 extra distributors and sellers of Tattooed Chef's product, which is absolutely phenomenal, and it is really actually spreading its wings now and getting this product absolutely everywhere all over the United States. I'm personally looking forward to the time when they actually get across the pond to here in the UK and Europe and actually getting hold of and trying some of these products for myself, because I really like the look of the products, and of course I'm an investor in the company. Another good news story is the fact that the global pandemic, yes, it still hasn't gone away, even with the vaccine, the good vaccine news that we've had from Pfizer. It still hasn't gone away, but even with that, it seems to have minimum to no effect on this company at all, to be fair. Their products are still selling like hotcakes, pardon the pun, in stores throughout the US. Online sales have picked up nicely, I believe. We are waiting on Tattooed Chef to confirm some actual numbers from this. Maybe hopefully before the Q4 report we might actually see some numbers before then, so us investors can really get our teeth into just how well Tattooed Chef is doing online. Looking out to the strategic goals of the company then, Tattooed Chef's target market is the frozen processed food line at the moment, which is worth currently $27 billion, and Tattooed Chef is trying to target and carve out a decent segment of that for itself. If Tattooed Chef manages to just carve out 10 or 20% of that sector for itself, that is over $5 billion in revenue that it could create just from that sector alone. Based on what it's actually earning at the moment to what Beyond Meat is, that is a tasty prospect for investors, pardon the pun, because the sort of share price that Beyond Meat's at for revenue that's not even double Tattooed Chef, we could see the stock price absolutely explode in the future based on that. Out to the near term, over the coming 6 months, Tattooed Chef's also looking at getting into the dessert sector, which is also worth $12 billion over in the United States. Again, just carving out a little segment, 10% of that in revenue for itself. That's 1.2 billion extra revenue for Tattooed Chef, the company. And then over the longer term, they're looking at potentially getting into the meat substitution game, which is a lot further away. Granted, they're concentrating solely on plant-based processed food at the moment, which is what they're absolutely exceptional at. But Beyond Meat is in that sector, and that would take them in direct competition with them. But that sector is also worth $15 billion. So again, if they can get any sort of traction in there, then they're going to generate significant revenue from that. So that was the future there, but let's wind back again now and have a look at the here and now and what Tattooed Chef has managed to build. It has laid impressive foundations for the future. It is getting its product out into all sorts of extra markets, the likes of Target, Walmart, online, Costco, the distribution company I mentioned earlier. They're opening up all these avenues, but it is based on a rock solid foundation. That is seriously impressive, considering this company was a special acquisition company only a couple of months ago, where people weren't really sure of it at all, and now we're looking at it in terms of it being a company, and a proper solid growth company at that. Shares did get pumped up prior to the aftermarket close financial report yesterday, and then in pre-market today there has been a sell-off, which is basically traders dumping off because they've managed to take off, or in my opinion, they've managed to take some cream of the profit out there, and then they've realised that it's not going to go any further just yet, and people that are starting to realise that it's not going to get to $50 a share overnight either. But this is a company to buy and hold for the long term. I, as an investor, am glad to see the price come back down a little bit, because it again allows me to have a low average price and jump back in and buy an extra couple of shares, which is absolutely great for me. I am a long-term believer in this company. I'm investing for the long term for sure. In quarter 4, I expect to see even more revenue growth, another quarter beat year on year, and then getting towards quarter 1 2021 and the year of 2021, I expect to see again absolutely phenomenal growth in this company as the product actually gets properly out there, and the benefits of online sales and all these distribution deals start to be felt in terms of revenue and then ultimately profit as well. I have seen companies with far worse fundamentals and far worse outlooks get far better stock ratings than this company Tattooed Chef currently has, which is absolutely insane when you consider the rock solid foundation that it's built itself and the future potential in this one. And you only have to mention Beyond Meat just to name just one company in the sector that has absolutely exploded. And I still think that Beyond Meat is slightly overvalued for the sort of revenue and profit that it's producing. But again, investors are tagging the future potential onto it. This company has exactly the same credentials, but investors just don't seem to have noticed that yet, and it's just still sitting at $20 a share, when it can be this time next year it could be at double, triple, or even more so than that. If you take the exponential growth of Beyond Meat into account, it can happen just like that overnight, and if you're not careful you could easily miss the bus on this one, quite easily. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. I hope I've brought you some value. If that is the case, then do please smash that like button. It'd be absolutely great to get this video out to as many people as possible. And if you haven't already, do please consider subscribing. I'm thankful for every single subscriber that I get, and it really does let me know that the time invested in this sort of research is worthwhile and well spent. And that's all I'd like to say on that one. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future investing episode. Catch you there.